some readings. Stretching.
I didn't want to say anything yesterday because I didn't want to mess up the video or be rude, but I think, well, I'm pretty sure you read the first one. We had read that before.
Yeah, no, I did.
Oh.
Sorry, but a lot of people didn't hear it though.
Okay.
I know I read it though.
Okay, I just, like I said, I didn't want to be rude.
Oh gosh. Because that day, I think there's probably you're the only one that heard it. Okay. Day 205, Osho first in the morning. Love makes everybody a great poet, and if love cannot make you a poet, then nothing can. Love opens a totally different dimension in your being. Without love, you remain confined to the world of logic. Once love starts happening in your life, logic starts to disappear. The transcendence of logic happens. That's why the logical mind will always call love madness, blindness. Logic has always condemned love as blind, mad. It has called it all kinds of names for the simple reason that the intellect is incapable of conceiving. It is a totally different world. It has nothing to do with arithmetic, with logic, with science. It is immeasurable, uncharted. Nobody knows exactly precisely what it is. Even those who have gone deepest into it have found themselves almost dumb. It is inexpressible, but the experience is great, so static, that it explodes in many ways. It may explode in dancing, in music, in poetry, in painting, in any kind of creativity. Love is always creative, and the world has been so destructive for the simple reason that we have taught people to repress their love energy. Love repressed becomes destructive, love expressed becomes creativity. I read that one too, didn't I?
Yeah. We can talk about it though. I think, but right, when you talk about love and logic, how, when you put love into the mix, like, logically things don't make any sense. Like, example, like, you can have a mother and like a son, and the son's out on drugs and he steals from her, and she still loves him, she looks out for him, but she won't let him in her house. Or she'll give him a meal for the holidays, but she, like I said, just logically it's like, hey, he stole from you, but that's her son. Like, she loves him.
Or something more illogical. He's not your son, he's a stranger. He steals from you.
Right. Yeah. But you still look out for him, even though he,
Day 206, life is life only when love is burning bright inside you. When the flame of love is so bright that it starts radiating around you, that it starts reaching others, that people can feel it, that your love becomes almost so tangible that people can touch it. Then it is not only a blessing to you, it is a blessing to everyone else too. A real man is always enrichment to the world, to existence. He contributes much, and unless you contribute something, you will never feel blissful. It is through contributing something to existence that you participate in the work of the Creator, because you yourself become a creator. To be a creator is to be a part of existence. There's no other way. Day 207. People live small lives, very ordinary, of no significance and meaning, of no joy, of no surprise. They simply go on moving in a repetitive circle, doing the same thing again and again every day from birth to death. That is not the right way to live. That is a slow way of committing suicide. The right way to live is to live dangerously, always exploring and always reaching for the stars. Then life becomes naturally meditative because each moment brings so much surprise and each moment is so new that you cannot think anything. You have to encounter it. The repetitive person can think about his life, can plan his life because he is predictable. Everybody knows what he is going to do tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, but the meditative person is unpredictable. Not only to others, to himself also. He does not know what is going to happen in the next moment. Hence, there is no question of planning, thinking. He lives an open life. He welcomes every moment fresh, young. And with that welcoming heart, one becomes aware slowly, slowly, of something that has been called God, truth, nirvana, enlightenment. Different names for the same thing. There are people who go on collecting old scriptures. The older the scriptures are, the better they are thought to be. There are people who collect money, and all kinds of stupidities go on. These people are really searching for their own ancient most treasure, but searching in the wrong direction. Going to Everest, man is really trying to find the highest peak of consciousness, but his whole effort is in this place. Going to the moon is really symbolic. Man wants to explore his own moon energy, his own silent energy. The moon represents silence, peace, the feminine side. But rather than going there, he will go to the moon. All these efforts are doomed to fail, but before one effort fails, we have already planned another. And in this way, we go on moving from one failure to another. Death simply closes a long series of failures. Even those we think of as successful people are not really successful. Alexander the Great, or Napoleon, or Ivan the Terrible. All those who have made great conquests, deep down are really very miserable because they know perfectly well that death is approaching. All that they are gathering is bound to be taken away, so what is the point of it all? It simply is pointless. Only treasure worth searching for is your own nature. The real adventure is to go within yourself.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. You talk about Napoleon and Ivan Terrible, or Alexander the Great. It seems like they were all chasing something that was tangible. You know, they were great during their time, but great for what?
Just keep stretching over it.
You okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm too old for this.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna be 53 in October. Oh my god. Crazy. It's funny, I never even thought about it, never realized it, but my kid mentioned to me that, like, Connor's 16. It's like, you know, some of my friends' mothers are younger than you. I'm like, okay.
I mean, yeah, but everybody's life is different.
Yeah.
I mean, my father and you are about the same age. He'll be 54 in October.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I'll be 31
Oh, wow.
this year.
Wow.
But I mean, my father and my mother, they weren't old, you know, but they weren't spring chickens either. They were in their 20s. We was 22, 23. But everybody's life is different, you know. That he should be happy that, hey, you know, he still has you.
Yeah. Kids are so tough. Teenagers, my god.
People. Teenagers, adults, 2-year-olds, newborns. Well, what answer did you give him when he said all his friends' parents are younger than you? You should let him know that, hey, are they better parents than I am? You know.
Yeah, no kidding. No, they always freaked out because whenever they say they're at a friend's house, I'm like, I ask a lot of questions.
Tool 9. Just as there is a sun on the outside, there is a sun inside too. The outside sun rises and sets, but the inside sun is also there. It's always there. It never rises and never sets. It is eternal. Unless we know the inner light and the source of it, we live in darkness. We make every possible effort to move inward. In the beginning, it is arduous, but only in the beginning. It is just like learning any art. Learning to swim is difficult in the beginning, but once you know the knack, it is so easy that one wonders later on why it was so difficult. One can simply float in the river, no need to do anything, and that's how it starts happening inside. Just in the beginning, there's a little effort involved, a little struggle. Soon one can simply float in the river that moves inward, and it takes you to deeper and deeper realms of bliss, to more and more light, to eternity, to godliness. 2:10. The individual is a passage, a bridge from the collective to the universal. It frees you first from the collective, and once you are free from the collective, there is no need for you to be an individual. You can dissolve into the whole. That is the miracle of individuality. First it frees you from the collective, and then it dies on its own accord because its needs are fulfilled. It is no longer needed. It is medicinal. It kills the disease, then you drop the medicine. To 11. The loveliest song is the singerless one. A song is beautiful when you are not the singer, when existence is the singer, when you are just a hollow bamboo flute, when you simply allow existence to flow through you, when you don't obstruct, that's all. On our part, all that is needed is not to obstruct, not to interfere. If we can allow existence to flow through us, then life is such a splendor, such a glory, that one cannot think it can be improved upon. One cannot even dream that there is any possibility of making it more ecstatic. It is impossible to imagine anything better once you are no longer in the way and existence is allowed to flow. To 12. It is my own experience that by giving birth to us, existence has already accepted us. There is no question of the last judgment day. I believe in the first judgment day. It has already passed. It is finished. The day God decided to create the world, that was the judgment day. That day he must have pondered, worried about whether to create the world or not. But he decided to create it. He decided it was better to create than not to create. He liked something more than nothing. And whatsoever he has created, he is responsible for. I'm not responsible. You are not responsible. Nobody else is responsible. The whole responsibility is God's or existence's. Whatsoever good there is belongs to you. Whatsoever bad there is belongs to it. We can close the chapter. We need not worry about it. One thing I can say to you, as one goes deeper into meditation, one realizes that there is no question of any future judgment and no question of ever being worried. As you become silent, you start feeling the love of existence pouring from all sides. You suddenly become aware that you are being taken care of, that you are not ignored, that you are not something accidental. You are intrinsic to existence. Existence needed you. That's why it created you.
I wish everybody could hear that. that was a really good one, I think. If you reread one, that's one of them.
Oh yeah.
Some people, I know a lot of people who are like in the church, they're like, oh, well, God is great and a lot of bad things happen, but I think that kind of answers it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, there's the devil and this and that. It's like, well, believe in God, I mean, you can believe in such things, an entity as the devil. But that passage really puts in perspective, at least from somebody I know who was raised up in like a Christian setting, if they're open enough to even listen to that passage.
To 12. Go ahead.
Joyce Myers.
I'm sorry?
Joyce Meyer, have you ever listened to her?
I've never heard of it.
She does a lot of things. She says, when the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of his future.
13. God is your inner voice. No priest is needed. You need not have any instructions from anybody about your life, but one thing has to be done. You have to move inward so that you can hear the still small voice. Once it is heard, once you know how it can be heard, your whole life is transformed. Then whatever you do is right. Socrates says knowledge is virtue. But knowledge he does not mean knowledgeability. By knowledge he means intuitive insight, knowing. His statement is tremendously significant. Intuitive knowledge is virtue. He does not say what virtue is and what sin is. Intuitive knowledge, knowing, is virtue. The man who knows intuitively, the man who can hear his own innermost core, is bound to be virtuous. He cannot be otherwise. It is inevitable. Once heard, he cannot go against it because nobody can be so foolish. It is unimaginable. My whole effort here, and this has been the effort of all the masters, Buddha, Jesus, Zarathustra, is to help the disciple to listen to his own center. I'm not giving you a discipline. I just have to help you to listen to your own center and then to follow your own heart. That will be virtue, and that is real character. That is real morality. But it comes from your innermost core. It is nothing imposed from the outside. Man lives in the dark night of the soul. Morning happens on the outside, but very rarely in the inside. The moment it happens inside, you are in Christ, you are in Buddha. The whole of life is really an opportunity to achieve that inner morning. The inner sun has to rise, and it can rise. It's just waiting for us, just a hint from our side, and it starts rising, just a small indication. I'm ready to receive, and you are welcome, and the miracle starts happening. We are born to be blissful, it is our birthright, but people are so foolish. They don't even claim their birthright. They become more interested in what others possess, and they start running after those things. They never look within, they never search in their own house. The intelligent person will begin to search from his inner being. That will be his first exploration. Because unless I know what is within me, how can I go on searching all over the world? It is such a vast world. And those who have looked within have found it instantly, immediately. It's not a question of gradual progress. It is a sudden phenomenon, a sudden enlightenment.
I never heard bliss is a birthright.
It's happiness, right? That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess you shouldn't be looking for happiness, you should just be happy. Go to Walmart like, yeah, y'all got any bliss? Like, no, we ran it all out. Come back Tuesday.
2:15. The moment you are open, the meeting happens instantly. Existence is always open. The problem with us is that we are closed. The sun has risen, but we are sitting with closed eyes. What can a poor sun do? The light is showering, but we are living in darkness. It is so easy to open your eyes, and the moment you open your eyes, all darkness disappears. The same is true about the inner world. Existence is always present, open, available, ready to fill you with love, with joy, ready to bless you, but we are closed. We are not ready to receive. We are living in an enclosed cell with no windows, no doors. We think that this is more safe and secure. This is neither safety nor security. It is death. This is living in a grave.